You're listening to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon, presented by 92.9 Tom FM, an iHeart radio station.
Hello and welcome to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon. I am Kyle McMahon. It is episode number 37, and if you did not notice, Benjamin Panella is here.
Can we communicate like the Muppets where they're just like
Sorry. So it is episode number what did I say?
37.
37 of Pop Culture Weekly.
37 of these.
37 amazing hours-ish of Pop Culture Weeklies.
Ish?
Well, sometimes they're 40 minutes, sometimes they're an hour and a half.
Try putting ish behind a word that doesn't need ish. Like, let's do this podcast ish.
Well, now it sounds like you're... Okay.
Now it sounds like you're just talking like a millennial. Let's do this ish.
We are millennials.
Like one of the younger millennials. What do they call them? Generation...
Well, they wouldn't be millennials.
Are they
though.
Generation Zers?
They're a different generation. They're Gen Zers.
Gen Zers?
Yeah, but they're not millennials.
So what's going to happen now that we're at the end of the alphabet? What happens?
You start at A's? I don't know.
We've already had A. Generation A would also have included Ewan McGregor.
What? All right, can we get back on track?
I'm the first living being. I have the high ground.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Just completely derailed this conversation.
Yes.
What's going on, Kyle?
So now that we're 17 minutes into the half-hour show, we are going to get right into...
No, we're not.
What's out? What's out? So what's out this week is Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie.
I saw that with Jim Carrey.
You saw it?
Well, no, I saw the promo, the previews for it. I saw that it's out.
Yeah, so this was a movie that they released the trailer and everybody hated the way Sonic looked, so they changed the entire visual effects to make him look the way people wanted him to look, which is, got to give you props for trying.
I got to give you props. Got to give the accounting department props for smudging those numbers.
Yeah, so...
Statistically speaking, every movie that's ever had this issue has always been a train wreck.
Like Cats.
Like, exactly.
Where
like
they
Cats.
literally, after the first weekend, it was Saturday, by Sunday they had sent all of the theaters a new version of the movie with updated effects. And so how much effects could you have gotten done from Friday to Saturday?
I just have this question for all the publishing companies out there.
Movie companies
out there. How do you shoot a movie, and then when you go to present it to your executive producers, it's 100% not what they wanted, and they make you go and reshoot the movie? Wouldn't you guys be working lock in step to some degree? To where, early on you could find, oh, yeah, this is not the direction we wanted to go.
Right.
Let's just reshoot the first scene. How do you shoot the entire movie? You wrap up production. You put all the effects on it. You do all the sound editing and all the grips and whatever it is. And then, when you're all done, the producers go, this is not at anything what we wanted. How are you that far off?
I think a lot of people would like to know that.
It's my favorite D word, dysfunction, and I love it. There's nothing I love more than a good dysfunction story.
There's nothing you love more than the Big D.
I love the Big D.
You love the dysfunction. You really do.
I am obsessed with that dysfunction. That big old dysfunction you got.
So you realize I'm going to get canceled and then fired, right?
I am going to be approached by the FCC, and they're going to ask me what that joke was all about. And I'm going to tell them, well, listen here, guys.
It is a big, wrinkly dysfunction.
It is just a throbbing...
Why does everything with us devolve into jokes that 8-year-old boys tell?
Because we're 8 years old inside.
That's true. So, okay. What section are we even on? Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Section!
I mean segment.
We're talking about Sonic in the movie.
Yeah, what's
with
out?
Jim Carrey.
So basically, I don't want to see this movie, and I don't care that it's out.
I think this is a movie where I'm going to buy a ticket to another movie and then just quickly come in and peek and just see what that's all about.
Yes, I love Jim Carrey, and it's probably good, maybe. I don't know, but I just have no interest in it, so I'm over it. I don't even want to talk
Is
about
it
it
sad
anymore.
this movie looks like it was shot in the mid-2000s?
It should have been shot in the
It
mid-2000s
should've.
when Sonic the Hedgehog was popular.
When I first saw the trailer, I thought it was like a Spy Kids movie.
Right. It's
I
like,
was like, God, this is terrible.
so weird. But anyway, all right, so on we go to what we consumed. What we consumed this week. So, Benjamin Panella, I consumed the Oscars.
Yes.
And it was more entertaining than it has been in years.
Weird opening, though. To go.
I
Right
actually
to the,
loved the opening with Janelle Monáe.
I was talking about the Eminem thing.
Well, that didn't open it, but that was like
Was that
towards the end.
Oh, I thought it was like towards the beginning.
No.
Oh.
But that was awesome with Eminem. He never got to perform. So his song Lose Yourself won an Oscar back when 8 Mile was out. And he never got to perform it on stage at the Oscars like all the other nominees did. So now, 17 years later or something, he got to do it. I think that's so cool.
It's great. I mean, weird to do it 17 years later. Like, why not just wait for the 20th?
I don't know.
Like, yeah, I don't think Eminem's going anywhere.
No.
I will say this. It makes me question how they do these shows. Like, don't they know these winners a couple days in advance?
Yes.
Could have notified Eminem and say, hey, you're going to win this award.
Well, no. He wasn't up for an award.
Well, no, the song was up for a Grammy.
Oh, you're talking
Like,
about 17
back then,
years ago.
17 years ago. Like, you couldn't have, I don't know, picked up the phone and called his agent and said, hey,
You
he's
might
gonna
wanna
win.
be here.
You might want to be in the building, and you might want to get him ready to perform.
Right.
Just in the off chance that he is going to win this award.
Well, all the nominees, all the Best Song nominees perform. He was the only one that didn't that year, which was weird. Yeah.
Random, weird, odd stuff.
Yeah.
But that's been Eminem's MO is just he's that
I
way.
love Eminem.
I love him, but
Eminem.
he's very anti the system.
Yes.
Against the flow.
Yeah. I also watched a movie the other night called 18 Again, which is with George Burns. Have you ever heard of him? He's like an old man. Well, he's passed away now. Cause I know this because I Wikipedia'd him last night. But he lived to be 100 years old, and he worked up until his death. He was like gray-haired, short, had glasses, and would always smoke a cigar. Like,
that's just his thing.
Every movie he did, he was always smoking a cigar. So he basically magically changes places with like his 18-year-old grandson or something, and his girlfriend, George Burns, at 81 years old, his girlfriend hits on the grandson.
Oh my God!
But now it's George Burns in his grandson's body, so now he sees. It is hysterically funny, and part of the reason why I didn't go to bed until 5 o'clock this morning, meaning I only got a few hours of sleep and 5 minutes late for the sales meeting today.
You were fine though.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting? You mentioned that George Burns smoked cigars all the time. I've seen like 5 stories of like 100-plus-year-olds attributing like their long life to like eating a lot of steak, drinking, smoking cigar. Like one of them said like, "Oh, I smoke weed all the time." I'm like, this is all stuff that's supposed to be really bad for you. And I don't know. To me, it's like living that long. It's just dumb luck.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to eat a plant-based diet, and I can't even lose a pound. And these people are, drinking, smoking, doing whatever, and they're 112.
It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, there are some of the healthiest people in the world die young.
Yeah.
And some of the most unhealthy people in the world die like 110.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck's going on?
It's like random, I guess. I
random.
really don't know. But, so what did you consume this week?
So, video gamer a little bit?
Me?
Every now and then? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm obsessed with Call of Duty.
I've
Fortnite.
I've played 4 different video games since I've been able to talk to you, and I played this game called Dying Light. If you like zombies,
Okay.
it is a parkour meets zombie game.
Really?
I have mixed feelings on it. It's a good game.
Let me ask you this: is it scary?
Yes.
Okay, so I can't play it when I'm by myself then.
Okay, so it's if you're scared of like jump scares, then yes. If you're scared of like actually disturbing things, there's some disturbing stuff in it, but it's not like overly disturbing.
So I can't play horror games when I'm by myself at my house.
Okay.
When I'm alone.
We'll play it together.
Because there's creepy music, the lights are off in my house or my room or whatever, and I'm walking around, and all of a sudden a thing scares me, and it really, I don't know, it just I
gets to you?
can't do it. I can watch all the horror movies I want by myself.
So
Can't do horror
you won't
games.
like Dying Light because it has a night and day thing. Like it's actual like as you play the game, you're running around this town. Or it's not this town. This city that is in, I want to say like Dubai. I think that's what
India?
they're going for. And it's
Dubois,
it's
your French.
Dubois. It's quarantined to have all these zombies in it. There's some other things I'll talk about in a second, but like, so you run around the city, you have to collect supplies to help your people out. You have to negotiate with other like groups of people that are like barricaded in the city to try and like save people, do tasks and things. The overlying goal is you have to get a document from someone that is in one of these groups that you don't know who they are. The zombies that are like gigantic, like super strong, like you don't die and your body gets better.
Yeah.
That's not how zombies work. I know it's like a fantasy thing. Zombies aren't really a real thing, but if that was to ever happen, it would just be packs and hordes of just dead people like The Walking Dead. It wouldn't be like these overpowered monsters or the ones that like throw stuff at you.
Right.
That's annoying to me.
Yeah.
I played the latest Call of Duty World War II game.
Modern Warfare.
No, this was PlayStation 4 Call of Duty World War II.
You're talking about the new one?
Not the newest one. I think it's like the second most
Okay,
recent one.
gotcha. I'm playing the new one.
You're playing the new one?
The one that came out in November.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one I found at GameStop in PA because I was out in Westchester and I found it for like $15 and I wanted to just give it a shot. Good storyline. Too quick. Like it's only 6 hours of a.
Oh, so you
mode.
play the
I'm a campaign guy.
campaign.
I don't do the online.
I
stuff.
do the multiplayer.
That's not for me.
Yeah.
The final one that I played. Have you ever played Shadow of Colossus?
No.
Phenomenal game. Highly recommend you go and play that game. It's so good.
All right. So hot clips. So hot clips. We talked about Eminem and the Oscars.
Yes.
Can I talk about Rumble for a second?
Rumble.
Yeah, because this social media app is awesome.
What's Rumble?
Rumble is a social media app. Social media network.
Is it like Google Hangout?
No. I thought you knew what Rumble is.
I've never heard of Rumble. I know TikTok.
Okay, so Rumble,
I have to get on that.
I've been on it for 17 days.
Okay.
I have 17 videos. I have 160.9 thousand views.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Who?
160.9 thousand views. And I have Pop Culture Minute, which is the channel I have on there. So it is a daily dose of your Pop Culture Minute.
Oh. That's awesome.
That has 262 subscribers, 152,000 views. And then my main profile has 120 subscribers. So that's like 400-something subscribers in 17 days.
So what is Rumble? Is it
So it is 60-second videos. And the thing I love about it is that you have to do it all in-app, which means I can't create a video and then upload it.
okay?
So
If you make a video on Rumble, can you download it?
yeah, it's a share with
Okay,
other
all right.
yeah. But it's so simple because, you know, I love YouTube, obviously, but it could take me 4 hours to do a video and then it gets 500 views, or I do another 4 hours for another video and it gets 5,000 views. Like,
Very inconsistent.
yeah, and it's like, oh, I did all that work for 500 views or 100 views or whatever. Rumble, it's like you don't have to do all that work. You get 60 seconds and there's no editing. So it is what it is. If you're feeling fat that day, guess what, Chunky? That's how you're going to look on Rumble. Like there's no, you know, if you made a mistake, you either redo the whole, you know, retake the whole Rumble, start at 0 seconds again, or you're just like, oh, you know what? You know, correct my mistake and move on. You got 60 seconds to do it. So I love it. The community is really awesome on there, and I'm really enjoying the Pop Culture Minute on doing the
Okay.
Pop Culture Minute channel.
Rumble.
there.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can follow me at Kyle McMahon on Rumble.
That's your actual name, like Kyle McMahon on Rumble.
No. On Rumble, you can follow me at Kyle McMahon.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Because if there's another Kyle McMahon out there, and you eventually had to build your name out to be Kyle McMahon on Rumble,
there is a Kyle McMahon who plays high school football. I will find you, Kyle McMahon.
Same spelling?
Yes.
Oh. He might just be like an alternate universe you that's here.
Well, he must be incredibly good looking.
Did you ever think about that? Like, since people can have the same names, especially if they have like a really basic name like John Smith. There are gonna be like 7,000 John Smiths. What if there's like 3 John Smiths that came from a different dimension and are here? They're you, but just they're here.
Yeah.
And because there's so many John Smiths, they just blended right in.
You're talking about the multiverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The multiverse theory.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of which, of what I consumed, I watched Birds of Prey.
Oh my God! I knew I wanted to bring something else up.
Yes, Birds of Prey.
I am so sorry. What happened?
Very inconsistent. So, I'll start with my review of it overall. I give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
It was inconsistent. Characters are great.
Okay.
Ewan McGregor is phenomenal as Black Mask. He was phenomenal as Black Mask. They cut back and forth way too much. Like, I could see, like, in the beginning, they did a couple of cutbacks, like, oh, this is how I got here, and then Harley Quinn does a cutback. Or, oh, this is how I got here, and then this is this character, and she gives a cutback. They did it, like, 3 or 4 times in the beginning, and then they did it, like, 2 times towards the end, and I'm like, you gotta, like, stop.
Yeah.
After the 3rd time, it was too much. They did 6 times this movie. I counted 6 times and cut back for something. It was just annoying.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I think the movie studio is grossly over, which is Warner Brothers, and I love Warner Brothers. They signed me for music. You know, like I have nothing against Warner Brothers, and I love DC. I love the Batman universe. I just think they grossly overestimated the popularity of what this version of this character would do.
I disagree.
With Suicide Squad, they kind of butchered the character in the fact that it almost glamorized psychoticness.
Yeah.
And then you had little girls like wearing,
Harley Quinn stuff and acting
like
crazy.
daddy's girl T-shirts and stuff, like little 6-year-old girls.
It tried to normalize an abusive relationship,
which is okay. Okay, how do I say this? It's not okay to normalize, but if that's what the character is, that's okay. However, they really kind of took a lot of essential elements out of the character of Harley Quinn. Then, and Suicide Squad was not a big hit.
No.
And then they took her without the Joker and gave her a movie, what was it called? The Birds of Prey and the Emancipation of One Fantabulous Harley Quinn or whatever, which, they've changed the name now.
What did they change it to? Just Birds of Prey?
Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. So they released it. It bombed.
Ugh.
It made like $30 million, which is the lowest. It is only second to the Green Lantern movie from like 15 years ago. That was a giant bomb.
Oh, that one was terrible.
Yeah.
With Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So it is only second to that in how little it's made in its opening weekend. And so on Sunday, they changed the name from the Birds of Prey and the whatever to Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. Like I guess they think people are going to be like, oh, well, now I'll go see it. Like, no. First of all, you can't change the name of a movie after it comes out.
The story in the movie is not very strong. The character work is fine. I mean, Ewan McGregor as Black Mask is great. His second in command is really good. I forget the guy's name. And then the girl that plays Renee Montoya, really good. Really the actresses in it are fine. The girl that Margot Robbie's great. The girl that plays Huntress, The girl that plays Black Canary is okay. So for the most part, the characters are fine. The issue is the story, the jumping around, and the way they went about it.
I just don't think it looked interesting to me. And I'm a huge comic book fan. I'm a huge movie fan. It has nothing to do with I said something about this on Twitter, and somebody was like, "That's because you're sexist." It was a female, and I'm like, I literally love Captain Marvel.
It's the same conversation as the Ghostbusters.
I loved the Ghostbusters reboot. So you can't say I know, but you can't say I know you did. But
didn't.
But you can't say that me, of all people, that is like a
sexist.
huge, female empowerment
women's
thing,
rights.
yeah,
Yeah.
is not seeing Birds of Prey because it has women in it. No, it just looks bad.
That's just people trying to stand up for a movie that it's listen, there are people out there that will criticize this movie. Oh, all these women, you can't have that. That's not I literally just sat here and told you the women aren't the problem with the movie.
Right.
The storyline sucks.
Right.
It's not it's not good. There's something at stake, but no one in the movie has anything to do with what's at stake. And really, what's at stake isn't that important. It doesn't change anything.
Right.
So you're watching a movie where the stakes don't matter and people are just forced to care about them.
Right.
And they're not really given a rationale as to why you have to care about them. Like, all their motives are basically, we don't want to die. And that's it. That's like, and it makes no sense. And it jumps around. It's not a good storyline. DC, I really want them to do this. Stop this thing. Just stop the train. It's fine. It's not doing well right now, and I think we all can admit that. DC, if I'm talking to you right now, listen. We know it's fine. The train's not working. Stop this. Take 2 years to plan it out, like what the XFL did. Take 2 years to plan it out, then move forward.
Right.
I guarantee you it will be a lot better. Marvel did the same thing. Marvel didn't make any movies. Planned this thing out over a couple of years, and then put together a good network and had engaging characters and signed their actors to long-term contracts. They weren't dumping guys halfway through the movies because they booked a Batman character that can only do 3 movies and then he was done.
Right.
Like, and now you have to completely
start over.
Like, you can't just, please, DC, for the sake of people that actually like the entire DC universe, do this.
Yes.
Because what you're doing now is a disservice.
It is. It is a disservice to fans. DC needs a Kevin Feige, who is like the master of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. They need a Kevin Feige for DC. Somebody that knows those comics inside and out, knows what fans want, have him making these decisions on what stories are we going to tell, who are we going to have tell them, how are they going to be told. You know, they need a super fan.
You need one voice.
Yep.
One voice. And I think the problem with DC is, and I think it's pretty clear from the movies they've done, I think there's a voice, there's a person, there's clearly someone that has thought out this line. I think the problem is they thought out a line, and then everyone put their input on it, and they had to change it to fit what everyone wanted. You can't do that. This is what you do. You pick 4 people you want to hear from. Have them pitch you their idea and pick which one you like. Right. That's what you do. You vote on it. You go, well, we're gonna go with that storyline, and you don't change it, because when you start changing it, things don't make sense. Right. There's nothing like this in the Marvel. Disney, Marvel, they know exactly what they're doing. Yeah. They have a plan. They're following through that plan. They're not changing things last minute unless something drastic happens.
Yeah, they're not changing the title 3 days after it hit the theaters.
Exactly. How embarrassing would Disney feel if they had to do that to one of their movies? Yeah. Like, I hate to sit here and bag on DC, but that stuff really doesn't happen to successful movie titles. Right. I've never heard of a great movie that had to change its name
3 days after it came out.
Like, that's insane to me. I saw this was not going well when the first Iron Man movie came out, and I was like, oh boy. And then Batman vs Superman.
You don't mean Iron Man, you mean Superman.
I'm sorry, Superman. Man of Steel. That's what it was. Man of Steel. So that one, oh boy. And then Batman vs Superman, oh boy. And then you cast
Justice League.
You cast the Justice League, and you do Suicide Squad, and Jared Leto bombs as the Joker. So you have to and mind you, he's not in this movie. Right. So that's not a spoiler. Everyone knows that he's not in this movie, and it's really difficult to tell that story. Yeah, very difficult to tell that story. I kind of wish. The storyline they're starting to tell in Birds of Prey is that Harley Quinn clearly broke up with the Joker and she's trying to make it known. I wish they just stuck it out with that and had her try to get back at the Joker as her revenge. And then the end was her moving on. That would have been a better story to tell with this. Not the one they told. The one they told is completely, it is all over the place. It is one of the most jarring movies I've ever seen, because you expect DC to make stuff that's you expect a reputable company like DC to make good stuff, and it's all over. I'm not kidding you, it's all over the place. Right. I went there, my friend Pat is a huge DC guy, and mind you, this is not the worst movie I've ever seen.
Pat from the Pat and Benny Show?
Yep.
Available wherever you get your podcast.
All over. iHeart, radio app, all that stuff. He's sitting there and he's watching it. I could literally tell. He's a huge DC fan. I could tell he was like, this isn't going well. I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
This is his thing. This is his release. It was awful.
That and sex.
Dysfunction.
Okay. Well, that's
that's a great way to describe Birds of Prey.
Hot
the word
clip.
dysfunction. That's a good way to describe it. Yeah, Birds of Prey. That was an experience. Say it like
Actually, you called it Birds of Prey, and it's now called
Harley Quinn. Birds of Prey. Formerly known the movie formerly known as Birds of Prey.
All right. So we are going to get into our feature presentation, and then a very special interview.
Oh yeah, with
I have a very special interview with Jimmy Tatro and Christian Pierce, who you may know from The Real Bros of Simi Valley on Facebook Watch.
That show.
Me too.
Love that show so much.
So excited to talk
It's
to
one
them.
of the funniest things on Facebook.
It really is. Yo, I think your baby's trying to throw hands, bro.
Bryce is my favorite character from the show.
It's just such a good show.
I follow him on Instagram at Shrimp Fried Bryce. I remember his handle because he in season 1 he said something that I thought was so funny. I remember like keeling over and laughing. Like I actually like was on all fours on the floor laughing my ass off. It was one of the funniest things. I think it was what like they build up the entire season 1. The entire story is like trying to get him back on the board. And then, like, the last episode, he gets back on the board, and all he does is, like, just pop it up, and everyone's like, yo! And I just remember that being so funny, because, like, they built that up the entire season, and then did that at the end, and I just remember getting on, like, I laughed so hard, because me, my brother, and Pat, we watched it together.
Pat from the Pat
and Benny show. And our friend Nick and my brother were on the Pat and Benny show, too, every once in a while. We just laughed so hard. I like, literally, I couldn't breathe. It was phenomenal.
It is such a good show.
You want to throw hands? You want to throw hands, bro? Throw hands?
All right. Let's get into our feature presentation in time for Valentine's Day.
Well timed.
Feature presentation, the best and worst love songs of all time.
Yes. This is completely objective. So you might be sitting there
Of
and
course.
just like, oh, well, I think that song's actually great, or I think that song's horrible. Hell, I don't really care what your opinion is.
Yes, don't at me, bro.
You can at me. I just won't respond. Or I just will tell you I don't care.
Can I tell you about something really quick that I'm upset about?
To catch a scammer?
No.
Please don't be mad at that. That's my favorite thing to do.
I'm upset about this because I got in trouble by a lot of people on Twitter.
Ooh.
Because I was live tweeting the Oscars from my Pop Culture Weekly Twitter, which is at PopCulturePodCA.
Yep.
And while I gained 80-some followers in that one night from this comment that I made, I also, trying to bring it up for you, I also apparently made some people really mad. So...
You spoiled it for me.
No.
Come on, dude.
Look at this.
What we got?
So
wow.
What happened? So this,
okay.
Relatively blew up.
You must have pissed someone off.
MTV. So during one of the skits, it was with Maya Rudolph and Kristen Wiig. They were singing, and the camera panned to Billie Eilish, who I thought was making a face like mocking them. So MTV posted a picture of it and was like, oh, that face but Billie Eilish made. And I wrote, yeah, it seems Billie's like being a little rude or something. People went nuts because apparently she has Tourette's, which I did not know, first of all.
Who's going to know that?
Yeah, I'm not Billie Eilish's biographer.
Who's gonna know?
Yeah.
No one knows that about Billie Eilish. I don't think she's ever mentioned it.
Apparently she has, but I didn't hear it. You know what I mean? And like I would say most people don't know that. So I definitely wasn't about that. It was because of the rude face she was making. It turns out that she was making the face because she realized she was on camera and looked at herself on the screen. So she was like, ugh. You know what I mean? It just so happened that that moment happened when they cut to her while Kristen Wiig and Maya Rudolph were performing. Randolph.
So people got mad because you critiqued a moment that had nothing to do with what they were getting mad about.
My literal tweet is, seems Billy was a little rude. That's all I said.
Yeah.
Seems Billy was a little rude.
Because at face value of the scenario, you're looking at that, you're like, why is Billy making a face while Kristen Wiig and
are performing? Like, that's rude.
It's weird. Yeah.
So
someone tweets you and says, "Oh, she's got Tourette's, bro."
Hundreds of people at Chase is on says, "Wow, making a face is now rude. This is where we are." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then she or he says, I said, "I'm not sure when you joined us in this society, but making certain facial expressions in certain situations can be considered all kinds of different things."
If I'm sitting here and you're talking and I start to go, eh?
Right.
Like, you're going to be like,
society
okay,
would
what's
be
going
like,
on?
yeah, are you like, okay? Are you being mean? What's wrong? Somebody else at Billy X Verena says she was reacting to herself being on the screen, but go off.
That's a Billie Eilish burner account.
Yeah.
That's a Billie Eilish burner account. 100%.
This is a kid that has Tourette's with facial tics. I don't know if having a physiological condition can be considered rude.
Who knows that? Like, that's not a known thing.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Like, that's like people know that Stevie Wonder's blind. People know that Steve, what was it? Oh my God. The physicist, the philosopher,
Hawkins.
Stephen Hawking. Yeah, Stephen
Hawking.
Because you could see that. People, like, even when stars announce they have cancer, people know that. No one knows that Billie. First things first, I don't know who Billie Eilish was until 4 months ago.
Right.
Like, who? What?
Yeah. So they were
Who?
on me. I just wanted to get off my chest. I just did it again.
Off my chest.
That off my chest. Because it was bothering me. And you can send me all your hate tweets.
I would be bothered by it too.
Pop Culture Podsa.
There you go.
Podca. All right. So anyway, God, we're really out of order today. Back to the feature presentation, the best and worst love songs.
Yes, here we go. All right, so I did 10 best, 10 worst.
Okay.
And do you want to do this? Do you want to go back at pick one and then just go back and forth?
Sure.
Okay, so let's start with the good ones.
Okay.
We'll do the bad ones next.
Okay.
So let's do the 10 best love songs.
Well, I might not have exactly 10. I have 8.
Okay.
All right.
So let's start with number 10.
All right. Oh, these aren't in any order.
Yeah. Okay. Well, not in any order.
Not for me. You have the greatest love song ever?
Well, in my
cool.
opinion, the greatest love song ever.
All right. Well, so one for me is Your Song by Elton John.
I did not have that in my top 10.
I love that song.
It's
Don't
good.
you think it's a great love song?
It's good.
It's a song.
If
sounded like Cher singing Elton John.
If I had to extend...
You said it's a song. Do you believe in life after love? It's your song. All right. Anyway. Oh boy.
If you extend this list to 30, I'd include it in mine.
Okay.
There you go. Number 10 for me is "Crazy in Love" by Beyonce.
Really?
I love that song.
I do love that song, but a love song.
You know why? I think it's always gonna be sentimental to me. When I was in I think it was the 7th grade, that was the first dance I ever got, was to "Crazy in Love."
You got your first
grind session.
I was gonna say D. Dysfunction.
Well, she might have gotten the dysfunction. I don't even know who she is.
You don't remember who it was?
I don't. Honest to God, there's only 3 people I still talk to that I went to 7th grade in. And when I say talk to them, I mean friends with them on Facebook.
Oh.
For now, I think one of them just posted something crazy.
Might
have to unfriend him.
Okay, so "Crazy in Love." So that's a good one.
"Crazy in Love." Number 9 for me. "I'll Make Love to You" by Boyz II Men.
That's on my list.
Yes!
I make love to you. I love
you
that
want me to.
song so much.
Great song.
It's a classic love song.
I think Boyz II Men, they did the Star Spangled Banner at the Super Bowl. I think, yeah, they were all in 49ers stuff.
This year?
Yeah, or it might have been.
No, Demi Lovato did it.
She did the anthem. You know what?
Wait, what's the
no.
difference?
So they were at the NFC Championship game. That's
Wait, what's
what
the
it was.
difference between the banner and the anthem?
So the national anthem is "Oh, say can you see?" The Star Spangled Banner is. Oh, I forget it. This is bad. Oh my God! Hold on. Let me look it up. Star Spangled Banner. Hold on. Star Spangled.
Isn't it? And the home. It's
No, the Star Spangled Banner is. No, that's not it. That's different. Oh, not the Star Spangled Banner. She sung the American
America the Beautiful.
America the Beautiful.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what it was. I get them mixed up. So yeah. No.
So the Star Spangled Banner and the anthem are the same thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So Demi sung the Star Spangled Banner, and America the Beautiful was sung by someone else. But in the NFC Championship game, Boyz II Men did the America the Beautiful.
So we're
There
not
we go.
even on the same game.
We are not on the same game, not on the same song, but we agree that Boyz II Men is in our top 10.
Yes.
There we go. Number 7 for me.
Oh wait, let me go. Wait, are we going back and forth? Or no?
Didn't we match up there?
Yes. Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
we matched up.
Okay.
All right, 7 for me is "You're the Inspiration" by Chicago.
Ooh, that's a good song.
You're the inspiration.
Why did you sound British?
Because that's how they sound. in
Are
the
they
song.
British?
I don't know.
You're the inspiration.
Imagine like an Irishman. You're the inspiration.
That sounds like
I like
Shrek.
It sounds like a sea guy.
A pirate.
A seaman. That's what it is. It sounds like an ocean man. You're the inspiration.
That sounds like SpongeBob's.
You're my treasure.
Okay.
I treasure our love.
I Will Always Love You, not by Whitney Houston. The original, written and performed by Dolly Parton.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, Dolly Parton, little country flav.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
She wrote that song. To me, hers is the one that is truly heartbreaking and loving.
Okay.
I can feel it with her. I mean, Whitney sings technically amazing.
The emotion, though.
I feel it with Dolly.
disconnected.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will say that I might have the Whitney Houston one somewhere.
Do
on my
you?
list.
Okay.
Somewhere on my list. Number 6, "The Power of Love" from Celine Dion.
I thought you were talking about who sings that song? Huey Lewis in the News or something?
Yeah.
The power of love. I was like, wow.
No, this is the 1993. Really, on my list, 1992 to 1994. Great year for love songs.
Okay.
Great year for. See, I have Boyz II Men, and I have a couple others from that era.
I do love the Power of Love song. The power of love. That song?
Yep.
Yeah. I was a little off
That
there.
you just a little off.
Didn't
key.
do my exercises beforehand.
You didn't squat. Get the strength from your lower area, your lower body into that.
I always do squats before I start singing, you know.
Squats for thoughts.
Thoughts for tots.
I'm all about that. I'm all about like a off-brand, not very good charity event.
Tots for thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the DOJ apparently gave like $500,000 to Hookers for Jesus?
That doesn't surprise me.
It's phenomenal.
Lord, yeah.
I love it. I could use that money for my student loans. Yeah, we gave it to Hookers for Jesus. All right, number 5.
Is it me or you?
I think it's well. Okay, let's start with you. Number 5.
Okay. Perfect by Ed Sheeran.
That is a good one.
I love that.
That is a
song.
good one. I didn't even think of that one.
You're perfect tonight.
And it's popular too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love Ed Sheeran.
I like that one.
And I love that song.
Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell, 1967.
I'm trying to think. I know that song.
Mountain high enough.
Okay. All right.
Ain't no river wide
Yeah.
enough.
That's a good
to
song.
keep me from getting to you, baby.
So that's more like a stalker, though.
No, I have a legit stalker song.
high enough.
When we get to our 10 worst, I have a legitimate stalker song.
Okay.
But there we go, number 5 there. Actually, hold on, wait a second. That was number 6. I'm all over the place. Number 5, this is off the beaten trail. This is like my one random wild card one, but I'm going to give a shout out to this guy, country artist Ernest. He has a song called I Think I Love You. And I watched him. He opened for Chris Lane in Philly at the Fillmore. That song, like I heard that song, and within like a second after he started playing it, I was like, whoa, what is this? This
It's
is
called
phenomenal.
I Think I Love You by Chris
by Ernest. That's his
Ernest.
name. I Think
Okay.
I Love You by Ernest. Now, you might like it because it's a country song, but it's got a little more of that like folky, like it sounds like almost like Jack Johnson or Jack White would have
Okay.
like sung the song,
Yeah.
or like maybe John Mayer.
Yeah,
Kind of has like a
love
John Mayer.
John Mayer.
It's like a John Mayer vibe to it.
I love John Mayer.
Yeah. I think I love you. I think I do. I love it.
Okay, so my next one will be Chasing Cars by the Snow Patrol.
That is a good one.
I love that song.
Oh, shout out Snow Patrol.
If I lie here, if I just lie here. Now I'm making them all British.
Imagine like the Devil sing that song. If you just lay here. That's like the only song they ever like really had that like charted, I think. Snow Patrol. That was like it.
Well, here. I think they were like a big British band, but
Yeah.
like not here. But anyway.
Not here. So if they just stayed here, they just laid here, they might have had a second song, crack the top 30.
Oh, boy.
How about this one? Endless Love Song by Luther Vandross.
Oh, Luther.
Luther.
You brought Luther out.
I brought Luther out. And you know what? I'm going to have another one coming up fairly soon that you're going to be like, whoa.
I love Luther, and I do love that song, Endless Love. Wait. Isn't that Lionel Richie
No, it's Luther
and
Vandross.
Diana Ross?
Hold on. Let's confirm this via Google. I think it's
My
Endless,
Endless Love. That song? pretty
Endless
sure
Love
it's-
by Luther. Yeah, there's Endless Love by Luther Vandross. Luther Vandross and Mariah Carey.
Oh, I guess maybe it was the remake or something.
Yep.
I don't know. All right, cool. Yeah, so I do love that song. It's a great song.
Phenomenal. Number 3, Frank Ocean, Thinking About You.
I almost put that on my list.
Oh,
That's crazy because
Kyle.
I really was like, that is a really good love
A
song.
tornado flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess I made. It usually doesn't rain in Southern California, much like Arizona. My eyes don't shed a tear, but girl, I don't, or I won't, God damn it, I forget the lyrics.
You ruined it all.
I did. I know.
Frank Ocean is now crying.
He's never making music again.
I hope not. I love him. I mean, I hope that
I
he
hope
does
he
not
does- yeah,
not make.
I hope
music
he
again.
makes music.
Yes. Okay. So my next one is "Lover" by Tay Tay. I actually think that is one of the best songs of all time. What is her face like that for?
We'll get to it later.
I love that song, and I think it is one of the best. And maybe it's just because it's on now. You know, it's like super recent.
We will address that in approximately 3 minutes.
Okay. You're next.
I'd do anything for love by Meatloaf.
I love that song.
Yes.
Yes.
I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Do you know what that is? What that is?
I don't know.
Okay. So I love Meatloaf.
Mhm.
The man,
Yes.
not
and
the.
You don't like the food?
No, it's just like a mush of meat.
It's a loaf of meat.
That's true. So I love Meatloaf and was obsessed with that song when I was little.
Mhm.
And that was also my first concert. My dad took me to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So anyway, so I was really into the production, the songwriting of all of it, which is produced and written by Jim Steinman, who was
Yes.
a genius. What it is the line before he says that line in each part. Each time that he sings that song, he's referring to that. So I'll never stop dreaming of you every night of my life. Oh no, I would do anything for love, but I won't do that, which is never stop dreaming of you. Yeah, and then it's something else the next time, and so that's what that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what do commercials do? They cut that part out and they put it into a car insurance commercial, I think. All right. How many songs do you have left?
I have 2.
2. All right. Do the other one.
I have All of You by John Legend.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It is such a good song. And then Just the Way You Are by one Bruno Mars.
That is a good one. I should have included that. In my
I
list.
love both of those songs.
Number 1 for me,
Mm-hmm.
I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
Hmm.
And
No, I mean, I know. But
I think somewhere she's still singing that note. Well, I mean, she's not. But somewhere out there, that note's still being held. Because it was like, she held that thing for like a good 10 or 15 seconds.
I want to add one to my list.
You can add 2 because you only have 8.
Oh, yeah. More Than Words by Extreme. Do you know that song? More than words is all you have to do to make it real. Yes, I love that song, and that is one of my favorite love songs ever.
Very good.
And then, dun dun dun, dun dun dun. I don't have a last one.
Blue Christmas by Elvis.
I don't have a
You don't have a 9th or a 10th?
No.
Oh well. So he did a top 9.
Oh no, I do. I did skip one.
Oh.
Crazy for You by Madonna.
Oh, there we go,
Yeah.
Madonna. Shout outs to the Queen.
Yes. You just feel it in that song. I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
All right, top 10 worst love song.
Okay.
Let's get to that. All right. Number 10 for me, We Found Love by Rihanna.
I love that song.
I think it's overplayed and cliche. We found love in a hopeless place.
I love that song.
The music video is good, but
Yeah,
the song is bleh.
I mean, in your defense, I wouldn't call it the best love song of all time.
No.
But I love that song.
Yeah.
So my next one is My Heart Will Go On, or my one of my top 10 worst love songs is My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion.
So you went with
that Titanic song.
You went with not The Power of Love. You went with My Heart Will Go On.
Yes.
Which I think that one's very cliche.
That's what I'm saying.
It's crazy. Celine Dion has a great one and a bad one.
Yeah. Like that's just song is so annoying, and I don't know if it's because
my heart.
Yeah, I just can't stand it. And that stupid flute. I'm gonna shove that flute where the sun don't shine.
In the dysfunction. Number 9, Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler.
You think that's bad?
I think that is the most annoying song ever.
Wow.
Think about this, okay? Just put this out there. When we were leading up to that eclipse, remember that? On, I think, our station and a couple others, we just played it nonstop. A Total Eclipse of the Heart to try and be topical. We have not played it since. What does that tell you?
By the way, that song was written by Jim Steinman, who also wrote I Would Do Anything for Love.
Oh,
Isn't that interesting?
Another Celine Dion scenario.
Yeah,
he's
got one of your best and one of your worst. My next one would be Everything I Do It For You by Bryan Adams.
Everything I do,
I do it for you.
Bryan Adams.
Yeah.
Summer of '69. That's his.
And that's where he should stay.
He's a one-hit wonder for a reason, guys.
No, he actually has a lot of hits.
Does?
Well, you just named one, and I just named one. He's got a bunch of them. But
people know. If you said Bryan Adams to someone, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Summer of '69."
I'd say Everything I Do It For You.
I would say Summer of '69.
Yeah. But anyway,
I would. Let's poll the crowd. When I say Bryan Adams, what do you think?
Hit us up on social.
Someone's gonna be like, I think of generic name. I think of dysfunction.
Okay, so my next one is You're Beautiful by James Blunt. You're beautiful, it's true.
Oh, ugh.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Exactly.
I saw your face.
Yeah. And
in a crowded place.
Exactly. And what's annoying is at the beginning.
Because he doesn't know what to do.
At the beginning, he starts.
But he definitely has to poo.
You were one weird boy.
Did you ever hear the song, I Want to Swim in You? That song out there, that pop song? I want to swim in you. You didn't hear that one?
It sounds vaguely familiar.
It's like a new song. I'm going, when I get a TikTok or no, I might have to do this on Rumble. I might have to like videotape myself just recutting that final line over and over again with different things. I want to swim in stew. I want to swim in poo. I want to swim with Lou. Like all kinds of ways to like rhyme that with you because it's such an annoying song.
Okay, so.
Not on my top 10 though.
Anyway. James Blunt, You're Beautiful. I hate that at the beginning, he starts off, My Life Is Brilliant, because he's like, my life is brilliant. But then he stops, and then it's the real intro. and then he sings at the time he's supposed to.
No,
I just don't understand.
It's called
that part.
art, Kyle.
Well, you know,
It's called culture.
I'm an uncultured swine.
James Blunt's sitting here like, you uncultured swine, you. That's how James Blunt sounds. Okay, for me, number 8. God must have spent a little more time on you by NSYNC.
I love NSYNC. God must have spent a little more time on you. I love that song.
God did not. He spent equal time on everyone. Nah, it's very cliche.
It is cliche, but I love that
Very
song.
cliche. You're not going to like my next one. Or you might. You Make Me Wanna by Usher.
I love Usher, and I love that song. Make me want to leave the one I'm with, start a new relationship.
That doesn't throw a red flag for you?
It does. But yes, you're right. It's
That
not
is,
a romantic song. Love song.
That is not the topic you need to hit there. Plus, I'm also a person that goes, if someone cheats on someone with you, trust me, they're willing to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. If they're going to do it for you, they're going to do it to you.
So Usher, I want to amend your song. You make me want to leave the one I'm with, start a relationship with you, and then another person after that.
You should release a
Recut?
yeah, or I was going to say a
Remix.
Yeah.
A recut.
There was something I was going to say.
Benny's version.
A Benny pick.
Benny's picks.
So my next one is I Swear by All For One.
Okay.
And I swear by the moon and the stars
in the sky.
Why does that exist?
I'll be there.
For better. Oh my God.
The one problem with that one is that is like cliche cranked up to 1,000.
Yes.
That's bad. 1,000 Years by Christina Perri. This is the first example of Twilight's damage on not just a song, but a career. She's not. I don't think she's in music anymore. Or if she is, she's
I think she writes.
Yeah, well, we know why.
My next one is Seal, Kiss from a Rose.
Oh my God! I should have put that one on my list.
Like, oh.
How do you make that sound?
Wait, what?
How did they make that sound in that song? Was it just someone literally like? Oh, it is someone like up against a microphone.
Yeah, it's Seal going like, na na na.
I thought it was like an instrument.
Yes, that song, and I think it was from a Batman movie.
Kiss from a Rose.
Oh, the more I get of you, the.
If they recut that as a metal song, I think it would work. Oh.
So my last one.
Well, hold on. I got to do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I have Sometimes by Britney Spears.
Sometimes I run, sometimes I hide.
Sometimes I hide. Like, what? Huh?
Sometimes I'm scared of you. Isn't that how it goes?
Sometimes
I'm scared of you.
That is not the way you want to start a love song. With I'm scared of you. You know why? Because that's what we call a stalker song.
That is very true.
All right, what do you got? We still have more. We're only through 5. We have 4 more.
Oh, that's weird because
We're
I'm
in the top
almost on
10.
my list. Savage Garden, Truly, Madly, Deeply.
Never heard that.
Yes, you have. I wanna stand with you on a mountain.
Oh.
I wanna bathe with you in the sea.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a Disney song. It's got to be like, it sounds like that would be in Tarzan.
Probably is in Tarzan, actually.
Oh, good Lord. Every Breath You Take by The Police.
That is a very creepy song.
That is a stalker song.
A very, very, very creepy song.
That is a stalker song. All right, top 3.
You go next.
So I have Love Story by Taylor Swift.
Oh, I love my Tay-Tay. Okay, explain why.
Number 1, that was like the last country song she did before she went fully pop.
Okay.
So a little animosity towards that. I think pop Taylor Swift is very redundant in the fact that she writes about the same stuff over and over and over again. And she's gotten to the point where, like, you know when she's going to make an album, which is annoying.
Why?
Like, break up, we know an album's coming.
Oh.
Break up, get together with a guy, we know an album's coming. Like, that's kind of how it is with her. Number 2, It's just a very cliche song. It's just a very, first things first, love story is very stereotypical, very
Okay.
cliche, and it's not really anything new, like not really anything interesting. And the way she delivers it, it's not a very new way either. It's not like
I love her.
I've heard that story, I've seen it, and the way she sings it isn't anything special. So
I literally love her.
she's a phenomenal talent. One of the biggest artists on the planet. For now.
For now. I literally do absolutely love her. I would say my next one. Nope, you go.
All right, so number 2 for me is "Why Don't We Get Drunk" and by
Screw.
Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Why don't we get drunk and screw? I don't even know that's how it goes, but it sounds like it.
I don't want to know. I think that's just an awful, awful song. That is an awful song. That is just a really bad song. And are you ready with your 2?
No.
Okay. So I will do my number 1.
Okay.
Kid Rock, Sheryl Crow.
Picture.
Oh,
I put your picture away. Sat down and cried today.
I wish they put that song away.
I love that song.
And it would never be played.
I literally love that song.
It sucks. It's not good. It's just not good. That's about.
You don't think it's good at all?
No, it's annoying.
Wow.
First things first is like, it's really low. Like to me, it's like done in a really low note. Think about it. Like they don't really get high until like the chorus, and it's just like, sat down and cried today.
Yeah.
Plus, Kid Rock. Why would you pick Kid Rock for a song?
I used to love Kid Rock, and now
like here's the thing. Kid Rock does not match Sheryl Crow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kid Rock would match like if they put like maybe like an Amy, like someone that has edge, like Amy Winehouse, or at the time someone who had a lot of edge, like Amy Winehouse, or maybe Britney Spears, someone that has like a little bit of more of a personality.
Wait, Kid Rock and Britney Spears?
I think that would make more sense than Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow.
Well, they are both
country. I know they're both country,
like
but
country-ish, yeah.
But Sheryl Crow is not like Kid Rock is off the wall.
Yeah.
Sheryl Crow is very reserved
Yeah.
and very, conservative. Well, not conservative, but she's very like Sheryl Crow is someone you can take your family to go see.
Yes.
You can't take the kids to go see Kid Rock.
Right.
So them on a love song together makes no sense. Not that it couldn't happen, because there's stuff happens all the time, but like they don't match up. The way Kid Rock is yeah, and then Sheryl Crow is just like, I put your picture away. Like I would have put George Strait there, or put someone that's a little softer in tone, Tim McGraw, Kenny Chesney, like someone that's a little softer in tone than Kid freaking Rock. Like what are you gonna put next? Like Megadeth and maybe like I don't know, Adele? Like that wouldn't make any sense.
Okay. I love Kid Rock, by the way. My next and final worst love song would have to be Rupert Holmes. The song is called Escape, the Pina Colada song.
Mm-hmm.
You know what song I'm talking about? It's like, if you like pina coladas.
It's a love song? And getting caught in the rain.
Have you ever listened to the lyrics?
Waking up at midnight. Okay, I guess it is.
But listen, so if you really listen to the lyrics at the end, it's basically he took out a personal ad looking for somebody if you like pina coladas getting caught in the rain.
Yep. Okay.
And then she ends up taking out a personal ad looking for a guy that's like, if you like pina coladas, blah, 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 blah. And then they go to meet each other and it's them.
Okay.
Isn't that both smart and dumb?
It's too much.
Like, I didn't think about my lady. I know that sounds kind of mean, but me and my old lady had fallen into the same old doll routine. So I wrote to the paper, took out a personal ad, and though I'm nobody's poet, I thought I wasn't half bad. Yes, I like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. I'm not much into health food. I am into champagne. It sounds like Dr. Seuss, first of all. I've got to meet you by tomorrow noon and cut through all this red tape at a bar called O'Malley's, where we'll plan our escape. And then the end is...
It sounds like you're singing like 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
Right. So I waited with high hopes.
Did they sample They sampled 'Twas the Night Before Christmas for this song.
No.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
Not even my wife. So this is the grand finale. So I waited with high hopes. Then she walked in the place. I knew her smile in an instant. I knew the curve of her face. It was my own lovely lady. And she said, "Oh,
lady."
And she said, "Oh, it's you." And we laughed for a moment. And I said, "I never knew." So now you're both laughing that you both caught each other cheating. Like, what? What kind of sick song is
honey. This? He's a handsome guy.
Oh, it's also
honey,
me.
You. She's a beautiful... Well, she's okay.
Anyway, I think that's awful. What is your last final horrible song?
Picture.
Oh,
Kid Rock.
oh, that's right. Dang it.
Yep.
All right. Well, I had fun with you.
I had fun with you, too.
We'll have more fun later.
Dysfunction.
Are you going to stick around for the the Real Bros of Simi Valley?
I got to hear this. This is going to be awesome.
It's going to be so cool. All right, hold on. The Real Bros of Simi Valley is a streaming show that debuted on YouTube back in 2017. Instantly becoming a viral sensation, the show racked up tens of millions of views and tens of thousands of comments. The Real Bros of Simi Valley was a success. Following the life and adventures of four best friends from high school who 10 years later still haven't moved on from their hometown, or anything else for that matter, the show is known for its satirical and smart comedy writing.
Yo, why is he looking at me like that? Yo, Zan, get your boy, dog.
As Season 3 debuts on Facebook Watched, I sat down with creators and stars Jimmy Tatro and Christian Pierce to ask them about the success of the show and its characters. To kick off our conversation, I asked what gave them the idea to create the Real Bros of Simi Valley.
Well, we had a YouTube channel. We were doing sketches. We were pumping them out every week. And we wanted to do a series that, we could do a little bit more regularly, like produce something that lasts a little bit longer. And there was a lot of reality TV on at the time and a lot of crazy reality shows we were noticing that like we didn't think were even real, like the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Right.
I'm not sure where that is still. So we kind of wanted to poke fun at that a little bit. And yeah, Jim, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we just wanted to do, it was just kind of like we really wanted to do a reality show spoof. There was so much to play with just the way they shoot it. And, the fact that you have like hundreds of hours of footage and you can essentially make any storyline out of the existing footage you have was always just a funny idea to me and to us. And, just the fact that you can like put music and sound effects behind stuff and make something out of nothing was kind of the driving force behind Season 1. Season 2 and 3, real things that are actually happening. So we've grown the show in that way. But the bread and butter of the show was just kind of like the idea of nothing really happening, but the way it's shot and edited, making it look like the most dramatic thing ever.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things I love about it. One of my favorite lines is, I think the baby's ready to throw hands or something. Like, I love that.
Yeah, we love it too.
Who didn't love it? The baby.
The baby didn't like it, yeah.
So you started out with 4 episodes and then expanded, and now you're on Season 3 with Facebook Watch, which will be 10 episodes, correct?
11 episodes.
11 episodes.
Yeah. One of the episodes ended up coming in about double the length, so it was split into 2. But yeah, Season 1 was Season 2 was about 164 minutes total, and Season 3 is looking like it's going to be a little over 250 minutes total.
250.
That 250. That's awesome. And so really the show has been about, these best friends that are, 10 plus years after college and still kind of hanging out. And how have you guys grown both as creators and writers and producers, but also the characters?
Yeah, we were actually just saying that like the characters have, they've developed so many like idiosyncratic qualities. Like they are real people. Like we've invested so much in their own character, in each of their character developments, and like their arcs. So we've continued things that we planted in them in season 1 all the way now to season 3 that are still developing, and they're still growing as characters, like in their own respect in the world of the show, which is awesome and still getting funnier.
I think what's cool about this season and the way the characters have grown is just that, like, with season, first season of a show, even the second season, a lot of like what you refer to in the characters' past is stuff that it's kind of up to the audience's imagination to, visualize.
Right.
Whereas season 3, all the stuff in their past that's kind of brought them to where they are now are things that the audience, has seen if they've seen season 1 and 2. So it just kind of like gives a much better sense of, the audience feeling like they've been along for the ride, and it gets really, really cool about like halfway through season 3.
Definitely, yeah.
So, do you think that did you ever expect that it was going to turn into such a huge thing? I mean, with an insane amount of views.
Go ahead.
I usually would say yes to this question, just because that's the way I kind of approach everything.
Right.
Going to make this into a bigger thing. But honestly, with this show, I never really saw this as being something that we were going to pursue and turn into like this big of a thing. It's honestly kind of gotten bigger than I ever pictured it getting, which I know it sounds cliche. I feel like people always say that. Like, I never thought this would happen. But like usually I would say like this is exactly what I thought would happen, but like for this specific show, it's actually not.
I thought this was gonna be the one we made before the one we made.
Right.
I'm like, this is gonna be like our test run during the series.
Right.
Yeah. Which is funny because like back in the YouTube days, like there was like several times when like videos that we didn't think were gonna be anything, or just we needed to get a video up, were the ones that hit and like took off. We're like, what? This is the one they want?
Yeah, like there was one time we were on spring break, and like I was freaking out because someone was supposed to upload something for me.
Oh my God, this is that.
And I was freaking out because I was like, God damn, I have nothing. And all I had was this video we had shot that was like 30 seconds long.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn it, people are going to be so pissed. And I uploaded it, and it just went off.
Yeah, we were in spring break. People were walking around like, oh my God, your new video is so good. We're like, what are you talking about? Like, 30-second one we just put out?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
From Mexico?
Yeah.
So is it fulfilling to you as creators to see, something that you've put a lot of time, a lot of brain power, a lot of physical, man hours into something like this? And, is it fulfilling to see all these views, all this interaction, these people coming up to you and being like, bro, like, I love the show.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. And it's awesome to like see like one of the cool things about Facebook is that you get to interact with your fan base and like see how they respond. There's like a lot of transparency. And like one of the coolest things for me is to see how it's resonated with people who aren't even from California, who aren't from the West Coast. Like everyone has their version of the bros who just like stayed in their hometown and kind of kept doing the same stuff since high school. So it's cool to see that it resonates with people like literally all over the world.
And it's cool to see like, all these characters have Instagram accounts.
Right.
And these things are really happening. So like it's cool to see, last season before episode 7 comes out, and Xander posts a photo with his baby, just because we know in episode 7 Bryce is pissed about a photo of Xander and his baby. But we post that on Wednesday, and we see all the comments flooding in like, oh, Bryce is gonna be so upset, Bryce is gonna be pissed. And then sure enough, episode 7 comes out, and it's Bryce pissed off about the photo of Xander and his kid. So it's cool being able to like interact and just make it like a really interactive show on like not only Facebook but also on Instagram.
Yeah, and that's what's really cool about the show is, marketing wise. I mean, you've fleshed out these characters and not only from a creative standpoint, but marketing wise, it's like genius, And then we hop on Facebook Watch and can watch an episode and give our real-time feedback with other people that are watching or comment on other people that have made comments as they were watching. I mean, it's really like awesome territory that we're in.
Yeah, it's a good community feel. We kind of want people to feel like they're in the Real Bros, like the world of the show, like while the show is airing.
Yeah, what's cool about the Instagram accounts, as I started to say that, my train of thought just died.
Are you serious?
Yeah, my brain cell just literally fizzled out.
You just had a coffee.
It was good. It was like what I was gonna say was pretty solid.
I doubt it though.
So for season 3, which debuts this Friday, you have some pretty cool guests, including Pete Davidson, Simon Rex. How did they all get involved?
Well, most of them were friends. Like I've been buddies with Pete for a while. We did a show together like a couple years ago. We've just been good buddies ever since. And then like Simon Rex, who we had worked together with on some YouTube videos back in the day. Jay Chandrasekhar, we did a video with. I was in Super Troopers 2.
Paul Shear in season 2, which was awesome. He comes back in season 3.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then we got like Casey Fry and Noel Miller, who were the fans really wanted to see in season 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fun cameos this season, and there's some that we aren't even gonna say.
Yeah, we'll leave some secret.
Sweet. That's awesome. And then what do you think? So, season 3, it cannot wait, 11 episodes. What do you think? Have you ever thought about doing like a Real Housewives or Jersey Shore style like reunion episode at the end of the season, like where you're all...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. You mean like, what do we call it? After the Bros.
After the Bros.
Like after the Rose.
We wanted to do that after the Bros. It's just like, honestly, when you get to the point where you're actually like writing the show and like producing and you're on all these short timelines, it's like the After the Bros thing, which it's been an idea.
Yeah, it's like a whole other show in
itself. It's like a whole nother production that we would like. It's hard to bring that to the top of the priority list, but we'll make that happen eventually.
Yeah, it's gotta
We're going to make it happen eventually.
Yeah, even if it's like just a 1-episode deal, like, season recap sort of thing, like I'm all about it. I think that would be so awesome.
You'll show up to the live taping?
Absolutely.
Nice.
No, we'll do so. We've wanted to do like that live taping vibe of all the characters showing up and like
we would have so much fun with that too.
Yeah, that'd be insane. Well, Jimmy and Christian, thank you so much for hanging out with me on Pop Culture Weekly, care of iHeart Radio. I am so looking forward to Real Bros of Simi Valley Season 3 on Facebook Watch starting this Friday and then weekly after that. I cannot wait.
We can't wait either, man. It's good talking to you.
And we can't wait for Jingle Ball 2020.
Can't wait.
Hey, Jingle Ball.
Jingle Ball.
There you go.
Look at you.
All right, bros. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Okay, those guys are so awesome.
They're funny.
Yes, and like I love that. I really do want them to do a reunion episode, like they do, like a reunion special, like they do for like Real Housewives and stuff. Yeah. They all end up fighting at the end because they're like, "Nah, that's not how I felt," and then they all fight and all.
This is what I would love for them to do. I would love for them every 5 years to do a Real Bros of Simi Valley reunion show every 5 years until they get like they just don't want to do it anymore. I would just love to see how they develop the characters and like if the characters stay the same way when they're 60, when they're 70, when they're 80. I think that'd just be hysterical. Again, that show was so brilliant. It's like it's go watch it. It's funny.
Yeah, and now
it's so funny.
It comes out technically today.
Yeah.
Season 3 is out today.
I don't think I've laughed as hard as I did when I saw the guys banging on the truck with a wrench, saying that he does work on his truck.
Yeah, it is just a brilliant show. These guys are hysterical.
Put the tires on it, jacked her up, got the grill on her. I'm like, he didn't do anything.
And we have 11 episodes this season, which is awesome. So we have a lot of good stuff to look forward to. And it's kind of cool that they're releasing them every Friday, like one by one.
Yep.
It's like they do with Servant on Apple TV and and The Mandalorian on Disney Plus. Like it makes you like crave the next episode.
It does.
And it lets us talk about it and that sort of thing.
Yep.
I love it.
And I just have nothing but good things to talk about that
Yeah.
show. That's just a funny show.
So awesome. So, of course, you and I will be talking about season 3 as it happens.
Yes.
Looking forward to that.
Yes.
All right. Where can they find you, Benjamin Panella?
At Benny on the Radio, the Pat and Benny Show, Nashville's next. All over the freaking place.
I would say so.
I don't get time off.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bank that up for a nice little vacation in the summer.
To go?
Probably home.
Like home to old country?
Like back home, I haven't showered in days.
Oh, I thought you meant
they don't
like
let me
Italy.
Leave here. They just keep me working.
I thought you meant Italy.
Back to the home country?
Yeah.
Back to my home country.
Back to the old country. Wait, why are you giving a leprechaun voice?
I should.
You're Italian.
I should talk like that when I get back to Italy and be like, "Oh, it's back home.
How are y'all doing?
It's the homeland."
Where's the leprechaun? I mean, where's the pot of gold?
I should just try to comprise the weirdest scenario, like, "Oh, this is great. When are we going to play the shillelagh?" And just people are like, "That's not what you do, Ben. That's not how that works."
That is really, really funny. So now we're going to go away. Goodbye.
Dysfunction.
You're listening to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon, presented by 92.9 Tom FM, an iHeart radio station.
Kyle, I didn't get impeached. I'm still here. They can't get rid of me. They're never going to get rid of me. You can get rid of me. You can stop this whenever you want.
I'm stopping it now.
No, don't.